There's a stillness in the valley, one that pounces, one that surges, calm like the putrid smell of timelessness, infinity prospecting, a deep conglomerate of stone-cold vitality, a sick reminder of everything lacking and all that is revolting. A storm, hushed storm, one that oscillates. It is all I did not know, and I am a liar. From a young age, my experience with art has sort of been a product of, everything I've been around. And I honestly couldn't tell you the first memory I've had with art because there's just so much of it. My dad, he plays guitar, and he also tried teaching me keyboard, and from a very young age. So I was always surrounded by music, and I think my father is Mexican. And the Mexican culture is so full of art just in general. Paintings, structures like architecture, music, just everything, dance. And my mom loves to dance. My mom is Puerto Rican, and so she taught me a lot of, how it, felt to dance, along with the music and the beat. So music was probably my first exposure to art in general. But visual art was always a passion of mine from a really young age. So when I was in first grade, I flickered through so many things that I wanted to do. Artist was definitely one of them. And I loved drawing, I loved making stories, that's where the writing comes in. And making characters along with these stories and just creating things. I've always been a creator, artist, creator, they're like one and the same for me because I love to create and make things. No matter what I do in life, and I'm not set on one thing yet, but I just know I want to create something.
As you notice that she has very good vocabulary, and she always used to kind of challenge me. And one day we were driving to, I believe, Chuck E. Cheese, and she was reading my psychology book. Giulyana, you're only 5 years old. And she would ask questions, and I think she always recognized the feelings in other people, and she's very kind and caring with others. And I think all that evolved to for her to write, to become a better writer and to always put her feelings in her writing.
There is a piece I made under my teacher's instructions, do the thing that you've always wanted to do, but there hasn't been a project to encapsulate it. So I pretty much made a piece about 2020 and how it impacted me that year. My mother suffered a stroke. My best friend was diagnosed with a brain disease. Coronavirus, obviously, having to do remote learning, and at the same time feeling really lost within myself and not feeling like, complete. And so it was a really hard place to be at, and so I made a piece. I called it, I think, Consumption of the Rats. And it is essentially a piece with a heart in the middle of it that I painted with a bunch of little mice around it. And that sort of encapsulates the idea of negativity swarming what I love the most. I felt a loss of motivation for everything that I wanted to do. And I was at a really low place in my life.
Giulyana, very expressive with us. And every time she writes something, she comes. And she writes some words that I don't even know what it means. I have to go to the dictionary or to Google because I don't even know what it means, to be honest. And even English or Spanish, either way, I don't know what it means. And she always find a way to kind of impress us, and she always tried to please us as a parent as well. So I believe that Giulyana always try to make her best and teach us to don't never give up, always strive for whatever you want. And now with this situation that I'm going through, she helped me every day and remind me every day that tomorrow is going to be a better day.
A big experience I've had in regards to art in general has definitely been seeing the works of Sylvia Plath. She's been a really big inspiration for me, and I read The Bell Jar over the summer, and that was really big for me. in regards to other forms of art, I definitely feel like Frida Kahlo was a big inspiration for me as well, not just because of our Mexican roots, but you know, it's so interesting to see suffering placed into something that's so tangible yet intangible. Like, you can't really touch it, it's not there in front of you, but you can feel so much out of it. And I think that's a really big thing for me when it comes to experiencing art, is being placed into that empathetic position where you can really feel what someone was going through.